basically the same as the coupe, and that's because of its construction. The carbon fibre tub, McLaren hasn't had to add any strengthening to. The only extra mass for this Spider is the 46 kilos from the roof mechanism, which means that dynamically it's very, very similar to the 570S. Also, by keeping the weight down, it means the performance is almost identical as well. In fact, it is identical. The 0 to 62 time of 3.2 seconds is the same as the coupe. From 0 to 124 miles an hour, it's only 1/10 of a second slower, and with the roof up, the top speed is exactly the same. Dynamically, it feels broadly identical. I mean, the steering is lovely. Just like all McLarens, it's hydraulically assisted, and it's a lot better than an R8 or a 911 turbo. The feedback you get is lovely, it's beautiful. It just sort of wiggles and writhes on twisty roads like this. Not uncomfortably so, but just to tell you enough of what's going on at the front axle. And there's a lot going on at the front axle, because this thing generates an incredible amount of grip. You can really rattle it through corners and lean on the front tyres because the structure is so stiff. And again, that comes down to the carbon fibre construction. However, there are some flaws, and just the same as the coupe, the motor is one of them. It's very effective with just under 570 bhp in a 1300 kilo car, a little bit more you'd expect it to be, but the twin turbocharged V8 is a little bit laggy, so you have to sort of work through the boost. But once you get the turbo spinning, it has a really solid wall of torque. And the gearbox is quick too as well. Downshifts you can hear just blip through with a really nice throttle blip on the way down. And that engine is not the most hourly inspiring sound going. There is a glass partition that you can lower with the roof up, which gives you access to a bit more of that V8 blare. But compared to something like an R8 Spider with its naturally aspirated V10, we'd still go for the Audi. However, it comes back to the McLaren's chassis, and this delivers something that the 911 Turbo Cabriolet and the Audi R8 Spider just can't compete with. It feels more exotic because of that construction, and the messages it relays back to the driver just egg you on to go harder and harder. But it's civilised as well in here and on the road, because with McLaren's active panel, you can stiffen the chassis up so it stays really flat and level through corners, or you can dial the chassis mode back to normal, and just like the coupe, it has this really lovely, comfortable lope along undulating roads, and it's not taxing to drive long distances at all. And partly, that's down to the refinement, because if you back the speed right off to just under 25 miles an hour, you can put the roof up on the move, and once the composite panel's in place, the refinement levels are basically identical to the coupe. I mean, McLaren claim this is a lot quieter than a 650S Spider, and we've been up and down the motorway this morning, and on some big wheels and tyres, there isn't a lot of road noise, to be honest.